Today I want to do a review on a Hong Kong TV series, and I don't do any reviews for any TV series. You know, I watch so many animes in Japanese, it's crazy. I watch so many, um, you know, Korean dramas. I watch so many other things, Hollywood stuff, movies. I watched it all. I don't do reviews on entertainment I watch, but one of the things that made me want to do this video is because of how pissed I've been growing watching this TV series. This TV series is called Go With the Flow in English, and in Hong Kong they call it Heng Gong. And anybody that can read the Chinese character of that, which I can't, will think it's some sort of martial arts series, right? Because those two words literally means that it's like kung fu flying, where they're flying from trees to trees, like in ancient TV dramas. But anyways, so that's what it means, and that's what I thought, right? Because in the teaser, they were fighting with swords and like flying and stuff like that. But as I continue to watch, I realized the story is really about family. One of the things I don't like about this TV series is the young actors or the young characters within the story. I'm not saying the actors, I'm just saying the characters within the story. Now, they're not exactly young because they are all around 28, 29, 30 to 40. They're not exactly young. And then you have the parents of these so-called younger generation. And it's very funny because this younger generation that's around 29 to 40 all act like they were 18. We have the first character, and this girl here is the oldest sister, the elder sister out of the family. I don't even know her name. She is a bit crazy. She's a career woman. Whenever she doesn't get her way, she starts yelling and doing all this other thing. And that really turned me off in the beginning. But it turns out that the other characters are worse. So she is the best out of the bunch. So anyways, so I don't want to hold too much on to her. So let's go towards her brother, which is the most dumbest character. And I actually hate this character because of how useless and how dependent he is in the story. So this brother, all right, I'm around episode 23 and episode 25, which is the ending, which will be released in 2 days. So all I know is up to episode 23. So the brother, and spoiler alert, has always kind of upset me because he gets jealous pretty easily, and I believe he does get jealous within the story pretty easily. And he doesn't do anything. Really, he has no job, he has no life. I mean, maybe, he does a few, like, part-time work here and there, but he basically 28, 29 years old, and he has no life, and he's living off his family, and then he takes on a child. And mind this, the child might not be his. So we let's put him aside for a second and bring out his girlfriend. So his girlfriend, which is named Chloe. Now this girl is a gold digger. That's what you call her because she's like starts asking him to ask his parents to see if his name's on the house, and she's a gold digger basically, and she works in this bakery shop. I think that's where she works, but I don't quite remember. But basically, she's around the same age as that guy because they went to school together. So she had a baby, or was having a baby, and then he was telling this guy, oh, the baby is his. And then he finds out he has another guy, and she is getting married with that guy, right? And then after she gets married with this guy, this other guy, the other guy finds out that the baby's not his. So I think they were going to end up in divorce, or they divorced. And then she comes back to this other guy and tells him the baby is his, to so to speak. Actually, I don't even think I've ever heard her say the baby is his. She just kind of implies that. And you see, that's where the problem is. Because when a girl implies something, it's a lie. Because, no, I didn't say that. That's what you think. So nobody knows how many guys this girl has been like, with. So let's go back to the brother, right? So the brother, when he finds out the baby might be his and that she was getting a divorce and she wants to leave the country, right? So she could probably go scam another guy in another country, and she wants to leave the baby with him, right? Basically. So basically, he takes on the baby. And like I was saying, the baby, nobody knows if it's his. The elder sister, he was like, oh, you need to do a DNA test. And then the guy, which is the brother, again, the useless guy, refuses to do the DNA test, and he just takes on the baby. And then you're thinking to yourself, this guy has no life. He has no money, no job, no nothing. And he just took on a responsibility for a kid, and now he's putting pressure on the entire family because the entire family can't support themselves, right? And the father's around 70 years old. So that's like, do you even think for yourself, right? So anyways, that's what pissed me off so much because it reminds me of my father. He couldn't take on the responsibility of a child, and he had a child. And the child suffered, let's say that, both of them. Fourth person I want to talk about is the neighbor, which is the other girl that was down there that's like an 18-year-old. But since she's the same age as the guy and the other sister, so I'm guessing they're around 29 to 30, to 40, somewhere around there. She's within that age range, right? But these are definitely not 18-year-old, right? That girl is the neighbor, and she is played by Rebecca Zhu, I think. And I gotta say that she is the most annoying person ever. First of all, she had a marriage, and then she divorced, and then she's like, she doesn't really know what she's doing in life. She has no job too, no life, no nothing. And she's giving out advices. First of all, you're still living off your parents. You shouldn't be giving anybody advice. If you're 30 to 40 years old and you're still living with your parents, you don't have the rights to give out advice. You get your life together first. So, anyways, this story so far has really pissed me off because all the people that is so-called quote-unquote young, right, that are 30 to 40, are not really they're not exactly young, but somehow they're doing things that 18-year-olds do. And it is pretty depressing, even though that is pretty realistic in today's world, because I know plenty of 30 to 40-year-old that still live with their parents, first of all. Second of all, they're taking on responsibilities they can't take on, but somehow they're expecting their parents to take on the responsibility. It's like the house, right? That guy I was talking about that had the baby, or that is taking on the baby. At one point, he wanted to ask his father, "Is my name on the house? You're 30-something years old, and you haven't had a job in your life, and you're asking, hey, is my name on the house?" How ridiculous is that? Imagine raising a child like that, right? I would be super pissed. If I had a kid that asked me if they're going to inherit anything, I'll literally tell them no. Because I would have taught them how to invest, how to look at economics, how to look at finances, all these other skills that are money making, right? Even, let's say, YouTube, or maybe making videos, graphics, anything that will last, right? I wouldn't give them something so they could just have an easy life, because life is not easy, and they need to pass down that idea. Unfortunately, too many people nowadays are just waiting for inheritance. And I prefer to donate whatever I have to an orphanage, because those people that don't have parents, right, it's not their fault. You see, the fault is their parents. They want to get out of poverty too, and they need my assets, or at least whatever I could donate, more than my kid would need. I have plenty of friends that are around their 35, 30s, and they haven't worked a single day in their life. And they're just waiting for their parents to die, right? One friend, literally, I asked him to start YouTube with me when I started doing YouTube 10 years ago. And he wouldn't do it. And even though he had nothing to do, he wouldn't do it, right? He could have made much more money, right? And had a better life and more fulfilling life, but he refused to do it. So he would just sit at home and not do anything. And I would not ever support that type of children or that type of behavior. But too many people are doing that, especially in this TV series. So this guy is waiting for his parents to die. Now, I have another friend, exact same situation. The only difference is he lives off his girlfriend. And, First of all, he scammed his parents of a condo, right? And then he's trying to scam his girlfriend off of other things. And he's trying to scam other people. So if I ever have a child that is based on scamming, I literally rather them go out there alone and learn that scamming is not right, right? And learn it the hard way. I'm not going to help them. But that is the inherent problem with today's society. Because how I know this is because my father is pretty much like that. And you know what's worse? The people that are getting it easy by scamming other people, right? Like my friends and people are in the TV series, like that guy that basically can't support himself and is now taking on a kid, right? And unable to take care of that kid. He needs his parents to take care of that kid, which is, in my opinion, a scam because he doesn't even know that if that kid is his, but now his parents has to take care of that kid. The person that's going to suffer is the kid because the guy in the TV series, once his parents dies, where's he going to get the money to support the kid? He's not, right? So now he's going to have to depend on everybody else. And then as time goes on, he's going to become bitter and he's going to become poor because he won't have enough money. And then what is going to happen? Well, everything is bad. So anyways, this TV series just brings out the worst and is showing the worst. They're just making it like it's nothing. It's a really big thing because I have friends that are exactly in the same situation and I see where their child is going because their child is not going to be happy because the only people that these people care about is themselves because if you care about other people, you would get your life together, right? That's how it always is. If you care about other people, you get your life together. But it is because you don't care about other people that you make sure other people take care of you. And, once their parents dies, well, who's going to take care of them? Of course, they're going to depend on their children. And that's the worst thing, especially in Asian. I think there's a Asian commercial about the sandwich generation, right? Where the parents is expecting their child to take care of them. And, it's funny because now, in this generation, the child's expecting their parents to take care of them and expecting them to die so they can inherit everything. And this TV drama so far is making that like an okay situation. And I don't think that's okay. I think every child should learn how to take care of themselves, especially these characters that are 30 to 40 years old. They're not 18 years old.